Hey guys, Jeremy Clark here with Monday, May 25th workout in New Mexico. You all know my wife Nicole. She'll be demonstrating the movements for today, starting with the warm-up of 20 calf raises. Have her feet underneath her hips, go up onto the balls of her feet, and right back down. After those calf raises, 10 good mornings. You can grab a PVC pipe or a broomstick, put it right on your back. Hands outside your shoulders, feet underneath your hips. You're going to hinge at the hip. Go to 90 degrees, right back up. From the side, hinge at the hip, slight bend in your knees, get to 90, and then right back up. After those 10 good mornings, 10 walking lunges. Back knee is going to touch the ground, and shoulders are in line with the hips, good straight body. After those walking lunges, 10 air squats, feet are going to be underneath shoulders, hips go back, squatting down all the way to where hips are below knees, knees drive out, chest stays up, and heels stay on the ground. After those air squats, 20 hip openers. You're going to lift your knee up and then around for each and every rep. After those hip openers, we have 10 Kang squats. Bar goes back on your back. You're going to do a good morning. And then from that good morning, into a squat, hips back up, and stand up tall. From the side, hips go back into a squat, hips up, and then stand up tall. After those Kang squats, we have 10 shoulder rolls forward, and then 10 shoulder rolls back, then 10 halos to the right. You can do that with your PVC pipe, and 10 halos to the left. And lastly, the 10 pass-throughs. Hands out nice and wide, touching your stomach and your low back each and every rep. If you can't get around your body, widen your grip, and that'll help with that shoulder flexibility. After our warm-up, we're going to go into our Metcon. It is actually a hero WOD, your first and only hero WOD called BERT, and it's for time. Because of Memorial Day, we have 50 burpees, 400-meter run, 100 push-ups, 400-meter run, 150 walking lunges, 400-meter run, 200 air squats, 400-meter run, back down to 150 lunges, 400-meter run, 100 push-ups, 400-meter run, and ending with 50 burpees. And that is all for time. If that's too challenging for you, go to a different group, and so that you'll be able to still complete the workout. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate these movements now, starting with our burpees. So hands are going to be underneath her shoulders. She's going to kick her feet back. Her chest will touch the ground. She'll pop up and jump at the top for each and every rep. After those burpees, that 400-meter run is about 1 minute and 40 to 2 minutes of running, so about a minute out and a minute back. After that 400-meter run, you have 100 push-ups. Hands are going to be underneath your shoulders again. Feet are going to be, you'll be up on your toes. You'll squat push all the way down to where your chest touches the ground, and then you lock out at the top of each and every push. After those 100 push-ups, another 400-meter run, then 150 walking lunges. The shoulders are in line with the hips, and the back knee is touching the ground each and every rep. Each and every time the knee touches the ground is a rep. After those 150 walking lunges, another 400-meter run, then 200 air squats. We did those in the warm-up. Feet are underneath the shoulders. Hips are going below the knees. She's standing up tall for each and every rep. Knees are driving out. Heels are staying down, and chest is staying up. After the 200 air squats, 400-meter run, then another 150 walking lunges, 400-meter run, 100 push-ups, 400-meter run, and finishing with those 50 burpees. Now, after all that, we do have our core crusher, and that's 50 seated leg raises over an object, 25 on each side. So you can choose an object of your choice. If you want to use, let's say, a mat on the ground, or the gymnastics pad, or an ab mat, you can use a dumbbell. Anything that you want to use to challenge yourself. Your hands are going to be up by your hips. You're going to lift your feet up, have your heel touch, back down as 1, and then you'll do 25 on one side and then 25 on the other. 1 rep. So you do that for a total of 50, 25 on each side, and then lastly we have our cool down, 2 minutes of a forward fold, 2 minutes of a saddle pose, and then lastly 2 minutes in the seated straddle pose. Starting with our forward fold, you can do it from a standing position, and your legs, your knees are not bent, your legs are nice and straight, and you're hanging over. You can also do it from a seated position as well, to where your legs are out in front of you. You can use the yoga mat or gymnastics pad if you want. Folding over. And then we're going to move into our 2 minutes of saddle pose. So on this, there's different levels of ability within your mobility and flexibility. You can lean back to be on your hands. If that's not enough, you can go all the way to your elbows, and then if you still want some more, you can go all the way to your shoulders and lay flat on your back. After that saddle pose, you have 2 minutes in the seated straddle pose. So then your legs are out wide, and then you can lean straight forward, rest on your elbows or on your arms straight out in front, then lean to one side and the other, and get that good stretch for a total of 2 minutes. Our weekly challenge is 1 hour or less of social media a day. So thanks and enjoy.